let's take a step back in time. The year is 1971, long before the internet and satellite phones. It's deep in the Australian outback, a long, long way from anywhere. We join the mailman on his regular route along the Birdsville track.
He may not look like Father Christmas, but he's that and more to the people along the Birdsville track. Les Bullman carries the mail and supplies to the people who live between Maree in the far north of South Australia and Birdsville in southwestern Queensland. It's a forbidding, hazardous track, scorched by the sun, ravaged by wind and scoured by rain and sand. The Cooper Creek is usually dry and sandy, but when it rains, it's transformed into a vast expanse of water, sometimes 30 miles wide. But after passing this way many times, Les Bullman says he's bored with his job. He says the only thing that keeps him going is the hospitality of the station people who live along the track. Approaching the halfway mark of the journey, Les Bullman made a 30 miles detour off the track to Kari Homestead. This was the first opportunity to lighten his load of some 17 tonnes. The station, a giant dust bowl this trip, is home to Mr. Claude Oldfield and his family. Grant Heading asked Mrs. Oldfield about conditions for a woman living on the track.
I think a woman's place is where her husband and family is. And, well, it's her job to bring her family up as best she can under the conditions.
Do you ever get lonely up here?
Oh, at times, yeah.
When?
Oh, well, when everybody goes away and there's only just the family here, it's pretty quiet and lonely, you know.
What's it like for the children here?
Well, they've known no other life. It's their life, they don't know anything else.
What problems do you come across in keeping home?
Well, the main one is if you run out of food. Usually you've got at least 3 months' supply of food, well, tinned or packeted food, I mean.
Well, what does the mailman mean to you up here?
Oh, he means everything.
Late in the day, Les reached the halfway point of the trip. It had taken more than a day to travel the 152 miles from Maree. After travelling some 40 miles at night, the semi-trailer reached Clifton Hills Station, adjoining the Kari property. Covering some 8,000 square miles, it's one of the biggest cattle stations in South Australia. Les slept alongside the semi, then made an early start on unloading the supplies consigned to Clifton Hills. They included 12 bags of chaff, gas cylinders, and of course the mail. The Aborigines riding free this trip helped unload the supplies. It's seldom the run is made without freeloaders. Normally, it's a journey lasting about 36 hours, with allowances for tyres torn open by rocks. On one trip, Les Bullman had 11 punctures. The last 50 miles to the Queensland border is predominantly sandhill country, and it's here that many drivers, including locals, fall victim to the treacherous sand drifts that sometimes cover the track. As the truck was straining almost to the limit, there was a loud crack and the semi stopped. The axle had broken and the travellers were stranded in the middle of the Birdsville track. The group waited. Their driver slept. Then, after about 3 hours, 2 men arrived from Alton Downs station 7 miles away. They'd begun searching when the truck failed to arrive at the homestead. The group drove to Alton Downs with the broken axle and the perishable goods. It was midnight before the men returned from Pandy Pandy with the welded axle. After refitting it, Les Bullman bedded down for what was left of the night. At first light, Les, assisted by the Aborigines, began the heavy job of clearing away the sand. The wheels had sunk almost 14 inches, and deep furrows had to be dug so the semi-trailer could be driven out. The broken axle had caused a delay of 24 hours. However, the sandy section had given way to a reasonably smooth stretch of road, and this gave an opportunity to pick up lost time. On stretches like this, the semi could travel at about 45 to 50 miles an hour. Pandy Pandy Station, the last stop before Birdsville, is on the banks of the main channel of the Diamantina River. Here, the bulk of the cargo was unloaded. With the load lightened considerably, and with Birdsville in sight, the truck's speed can be increased. It's been a long, tiring trip and the most eventful Les has experienced. He had never before broken an axle or been bogged for so long. The trip had taken him 3.5 days, and his patience, cool-headedness and perseverance had been tested to the limit.
Well, I can't say I quite like it because things like what's happened this trip sort of put you off, but normally it's, well, it's just a job actually, somewhere you have to work somewhere sometime, so this is it.
At Birdsville, Les faces a repeat of the whole tedious routine philosophically. As he says, it's a job.